Hello, and welcome to my lab. I am Torrential Combat Scientist, and we are back in this Elysium, where I was about to interrogate those people. And I still have to do that. I have to take the stuffed bird. Oh, and I have a level. I didn't see that this time. I can level up. Composure. Understand cop culture. Hold on. Map, that's what I want. Oh yeah, didn't I need empathy? Or physical instrument for the freaking door on the balcony, or the thing. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Need either physical or empathy. What is my physical? My physical is 5. It's not bad. Empathy is 4. I guess I'll get empathy. Anyway, canister is filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music. A pile of nasal sprays, brand name Nosafed Ultra. Right.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says,
"Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!"
Okay. You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am
What?
the rearranger.
No, you can't say that. You cannot say that. Fuck you know.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, yeah, shake the hand.
His
Why not?
grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg!
Egg! The tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with a Cell Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Uh-huh. Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Oh.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Yeah, that's what a shame.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need, the place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads! Burnouts!
He angrily spits on a screw and starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that! The world!
This guy is just completely out of this world.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Am I? I'm not an expert. Yeah, you know what? I won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind. No narcomaniacs on my watch. Shake your head gravely.
Yes. And the worst part is, they're also spooky.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Aha. Do you happen to have the key to that lock then?
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Yeah, look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Did you put the padlock on the door?
Yes. I asked Noy to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
42%. Ooh. The speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden cool-infused move, tossing it in your general direction. I'll be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies towards you.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight
Ouch.
in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye.
Ouch! Goddamn asshole. What is wrong with you? Can't you see I'm in pain now?
Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got
Oh,
overexcited.
no.
Threw him too hard. I'm sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them better.
I'm sorry. Then you're facing mockery of his useless contrition. You almost murdered me. A cop. That's use of a lethal force. What am I saying?
I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay?
He pulls out some black paper from his belt bag.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
Oh. I can choose to not take the money. I'll take it. That's the least you could do.
I hope that settles it. Or wait.
25! I'm rich. Anyway. I hope that settles it somewhere.
The key?
He cautiously hands you the yellow keyring.
He is shifting in his spot, uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap.
It's alright, everything's fine.
We were talking about the padlock, I think.
Yeah, how long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
A week? Oh damn. How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Huh.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Oh. Yeah, 85% is not good enough when you're dealing with another person's physical well-being.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
Me too. I shouldn't have that kind of power over another person. I'm not the one with the violence monopoly here. You are. I'm glad that key is out of my hands now.
What does that mean? What do you mean the violent monopoly? What the hell? Alright, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
So who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
Glimpses, okay. You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
Ah?
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
That's strange.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
Okay. Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Jacked up to some snuff station?
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations where you can listen to people getting killed on and jerk
What
off
the
to
hell?
it. Sick shit.
Does sound like sick shit. Sick shit.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff.
He appears sincere enough, sire. You could, of course, be wrong.
We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
Okay. What was that about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
I don't think that's what it means.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
Shut up, rhetoric.
Non-human means a predator.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man.
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
I don't think crabs climb up on the ceiling.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures, and not known for climbing walls.
Yeah. Are you sure there was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. A cell was alone that time, but I believe her.
That is
If she comes out running
deranged.
and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
A crab.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
What if there was, though? Hear me out. So how can you be sure there's burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
What? I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument. No, I'm not gonna say that. Wow, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiot. Okay, no, that's mean. No, that is actually mean. Okay.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
He makes little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Alright, let's talk about something else.
What?
What's the deal with Egghead? I want to talk to him.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What's a master of ceremonies?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you then. An MC for short.
Sure. How do you communicate with him then?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
So it just follows you around and do stuff and you can't really say anything to him? That's bullshit. Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
He's a puzzle? No. You mentioned some kind ecclesiasts own the church. Who are these ecclesiasts?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
But before we go on, what do you mean by meteoran?
You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country on Muindi, on the Muindi Isla.
One of the poorest of the first world nations today, but once a great ancient civilization. Capital, Tilakos by Percentic.
That's a weird name for a capital. Sure, I'll mask it, I guess. Now humor me, Andre, what is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
What are you talking about? Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a dance club in one of their churches?
Totally.
There isn't a trace of doubt in his voice. Yeah.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the
Posse.
way out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity!
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
Yeah, you know what? No words, enjoy the beard.
Feels good.
Hell yeah. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can. He's coming around. You're getting it.
Sure, I now understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. And Nordic music is about love, and so is the Pericarnassian Church.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with the screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if, they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Oh yeah. I wanted to ask you about this stand full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
Oh. And it's distilled too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Ah, interesting. Had to tell you, but it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
He picks up a piece of telephone cord and inspects it. Wait, I also smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No,
Nope. It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related. They
Yeah.
look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share.
Yeah, makes sense.
However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some
Yeah,
depressants.
benzos.
How do you know all this?
How do I know all this? What's with all the nose affair?
The what now?
He leans in to hear you better. Point at the bottles of nasal spray in the corner. It's a Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
Sure. But you sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing.
Of
Without
course.
the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Alright. Can I have some? I have some nose problem too.
Sure.
Oh hell yeah.
Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
Alright, enough of this.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
28%, that's not good. I will not try.
As always, we'll be right here.
I will not try.
So you had a
although.
talk with
I
Andre,
didn't talk this
and now
guy.
you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Really? He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. Sign?
Yeah, Gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
He continues to rearrange his tools. I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
I mean, I'll humor him. Okay, it's a yellow circle, it's a human face with X's for eyes and a smile underneath. I think the X's mean the guy is dead.
Good, good. What did you want to know?
What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by a classical soul artist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss, haunting him.
Uh-huh. Whatever you say.
The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
You come up with this stuff by yourself?
Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium. The beat is the same for all.
Was I right? Is it a dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it
23rd?
right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Really?
Really.
Okay, why do you think that's so?
We're all the same. Same eyes, same smiles, same death.
Okay, what does it mean?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths.
I'm not sure about that part.
The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
Better not mention it, I think.
He blinks, waiting for the next question.
I think we've exhausted the subject for now.
I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery.
Ooh.
Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
Okay, the supernatural, so you think it's real, that it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh. Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of a widget. I don't understand what that means.
I can see that. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve sign synchronicity would be by getting us into the church.
Okay, maybe I'll come back later then. Bloop. Let's go to that freaking church, I guess. Ugh. Why did I talk to this guy? I don't think I did.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late
That's a
teens
girl?
or early 20s
Okay.
kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
She must be Estelle, the last of the speed freaks, posse. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold.
What?
You bet this one likes to party.
Sure, must be a cell.
That's my name. I take it you have met the others. Did they tell you about the church and the club thing?
Yeah, they did.
Will you help us?
I'll help you, alright?
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
True, I don't have one.
You don't have to do anything.
I am the law. You have to do what the law says. Oh, that's a funny line. I want to say it. Okay. I don't have to do anything. I am the law. You have to do what the law says.
Real cool.
She looks down at the device, mumbling under her breath.
Way to abuse that power, man, she says, thinking you can't hear her.
Oh. I upset her.
She bats away your questions like flies. She's not intimidated by mere police officers.
So keep that in mind while I ask some questions.
Like what?
I'm not gonna do the other thing. She straightens out slightly, propping herself up with her hands, waiting for you to speak. The others told me you went inside the church. What did you see in there?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
Well, we'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe.
Okay.
She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
Come on, quit stalling on me. What did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
Interesting. A crab and a banger.
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
You were wrong, I do believe you.
Why?
What would you stand to gain?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
To the cops.
Yeah. What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Aha. Okay, maybe I'll ask later about all this.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Oh, it will be different, alright. What's that device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Ooh. You can get pretty sounds by recording the inside of the ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
What the okay. Uh, yeah, any news on my wife's name? How about my mother?
No,
Oh, fuck you.
you're welcome.
Okay. Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from. The Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man. You haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Okay, sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy?
Oh yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down?
I don't know what that means.
I go okay.
I don't know what that means either.
Why would I say that? Neither do I actually. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Get down, grind?
She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Never mind, let's talk about that contact mic instead.
Sure.
How does that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Does this have anything to do with... No, I'm not gonna say that. Actually, I have some non-mic question for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Yeah. What happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What? What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
Yeah. What are these recordings for? The cracks, the footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just nod.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden.
No. You said it's supposed to be a music place. Did you mean the one Andres got planned, the church?
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff, like this tape recorder, but bigger. You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold? Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those.
Why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
Yeah, that's some
Go
other
ahead.
questions. Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah,
She looks at the old wooden church up the Sorry. She looks at the old wooden church up on the poles. As a mean wind comes billowing in, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. No, I don't want to ask this question. Enough about the church then.
Go ahead.
You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questioned. Why's that?
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Indeed.
Fast and clean, a good one. Can't quite say it's a lie, but it feels like one. She's better at lying than she'd like everyone to know.
Uh-huh. Have you been questioned before?
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river.
What's east of the river?
Rich people. Rich people are east of the river.
I like this answer. Who are these rich people? They sound wonderful. I'd like to be one too. Yeah. Strange. The existence of rich people does not stir any emotions in me. That is funny. That is just funny. I'm gonna say, let me guess, these rich people are not from around here.
Aren't they? I thought they were as Vacholaire as any of us, just way richer.
Oh no, they're foreign bodies, agents of international capital. You only need to look close enough.
Maybe you're right. Most of them do speak 3 languages.
3 languages? Damn. So what trouble you've gotten into with the police?
The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager.
What's the usual?
You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
Interesting term. Time to glean some knowledge.
Wait, what is in Forberg?
Is this a rhetorical question?
No, I literally can't remember even the most basic terms sometimes.
Okay. It's a huge ghetto just south of Jamrock.
Okay, why did you need to move out at such tender age?
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
Uh-huh. Major party animal. Yeah, fuck it. I get that. I'm a major party animal myself. Major.
Alright.
She smiles a little without meaning to. Alright, I think that's it for now.
Okay. Bye.
Blah. What's over there? No, I can't go behind. Okay. That would be cool if I could. Alright, let's see what's inside this church.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Open the padlock with a key.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Put on the doors.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city.
Ooh. Very interesting. More of the forked lightning patterns you saw outside. Bark beetles. No, it looks intentional. Some long forgotten style. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. The blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Two decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. A portable Harman Walshy tape recorder. Is it possible it's recording something? Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna. That's interesting. Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna touch those two things yet. The bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. Oh.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore.
Look, I'm in a circle of those things.
Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Oh. Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Yell as loud as you can.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
Yeah, look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
58%. Oh. I'm gonna try. Oh! What's up there?
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
On the ceiling?
Yes. The darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
Follow the shadow's movements.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends. Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Prepare for an attack.
Blink.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Interesting. Let's talk to it then.
Is that a man? A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The crab man.
The crab. Hey, who's there?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Uh-huh.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamro. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Rivershoal.
It's the right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
He's a born preacher. Enjoy the rhetorical flourishes, but remain vigilant. Don't let him get too close. He's crazy.
What do you mean crazy? Also, wait, what qualifies as too close?
Giving away all of your possessions, sacrificing a limb to appease an angry god. trying to live on air and light alone, as though you were some kind of plant.
Vigilance is practically my middle name. I won't let anyone talk me into anything unreasonable.
That's right. You've got to watch your own back. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
I don't know anything about alcohol abuse, alcohol use. You know what? I'm gonna say that. I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about police things. I don't know about anything about alcohol use.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here.
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
I know it's hard to admit that you got a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look into my own heart and see I was in pain.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
That's all well and good, but we need to talk about the unlicensed occupation of ecclesiastic property.
The only thing we need to talk about is how the mother can really help you, Holmes.
His voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He swears gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? Whatever it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways. 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Is a zealot. You must be the crab man.
Never known myself to be a crab, but if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
To be fair, it's really more like a spider.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
That's not the only technique he's working on. Look at those carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Wait, did you also carve all those sculptures?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
Mm-hmm. Squint your eyes. This seems a tad derivative.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it.
What were you before you became a crab man and a wood carver?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
Uh-huh. So you used to be in a gang, but you don't really remember it? Sounds convenient.
Convenience has got nothing to do with what goes on up there.
I got the achievement for saying boring things. What the hell? Oh no.
There's a profound longing in that gaze, like he wants to be one with whatever is up there, shrouded in darkness.
Tiago's my name, by the way, though those syllables don't mean much to me. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name is Harry Dubois, and my place in the world is Lieutenant Double Yefreitor.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
He sounds melancholy saying this, his limbs a mere shadow below the ceiling. So what are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who's this mother of silence you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, Essa. She is one who
Of
can
course
be
it's not
painted
simple.
or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
Get it in.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
Right. I still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Singing is good. We should all sing a bit more. Yeah. Mhm.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
He got a point there, actually. How did you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Alright, I had other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you see what happened?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
Why do they have reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Uh-huh.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go.
Alright.
Might even be nice to have some company.
Okay.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Okay. Do you know what the other spooker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Viejita is grandma?
Uh-huh. Wait, so there is another person living in the church and it's a viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know what a kind... How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you've got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Okay then, thanks. That's what I'll do. Ooh, a scarf. A figure drawn in front of the window, depicting a deer. Frost has run flowers in the glass, obscuring the view. A cracked pane of glass, colorful. A spider has spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. There's some stuff over there. Ooh, shoes. Hell yeah. And money.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity. This is the Ream Prefect, radio computer model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
Step behind the machine.
As you step closer, you notice fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open.
Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Alright, press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good evening. Votre accident on Saint-Brun. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Uh-huh. Right, I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just said log February March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Oh, the freaking password thing again. Ah! The password, I'm really bad at password. Can you give me a hint?
No.
The hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
What a shame. What a shame.
Received. I votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
Fortress accident, like the one in the doomed commercial area.
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun, that's the church. Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
No.
Sleep well, Fortress accident.
She says as her voice disappears into a whirl of static.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Print?
Nothing happens.
No.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day.
Dolores Day.
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Oh god. Leave me alone, woman. No. Okay, I'll kneel, why not?
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Look up.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You? No, she doesn't care about you. She only cares about her shiny sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time. To leave.
To leave? I think it's compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, you rise into the apricot-colored light of the window. The woman keeps smiling her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Oh, how did I know this is the mother of humanism?
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
Okay. What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
Okay, what else? Was she smart?
Terribly. Women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state, a scalpel, a piercing gaze.
Yeah.
She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous. It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale, a costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
Her lungs started glowing, what?
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Okay, was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But although she's often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her terriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state, and then There were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissent suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier. Little is known
Starting to
of
get
her
bored from this.
Marquesias. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to this subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Okay, when did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. But she was not hell. She is the opposite. There you stand, below her once more, with your hands on your side, momentarily at a loss as what to do with yourself.
58%. Hold on. I think I have something for more calculus. There you go. Glasses. Thank you. Bed threshold. Empathy. Da-da-da-da-da.
The mother of humanism.
72%, that's
a
better.
precious and complex wax painted the shards
Blah!
in the dark. You see little pearls of light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's quite unfortunate. Hey you, do you know the password?
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Sure. Have you by any chance heard the Vieta say the password to a radio computer?
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll go with it. I'm doing a survey of passwords and passcodes, identifying regional trends. In the interest of public safety, of course.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña. When I think we're done here, essay.
The figure crawls off into the darkness and burn. Okay, this guy was really just here to give you the password, actually.
Hey, her Innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked holding little men between her fingers, remember?
What?
You have the headless Falcon Rider figurine. You should give it to her.
What?
Win her back.
What? Win who back? I can't win her back, she's a long dead historical figure.
Don't be so pessimistic. Love doesn't die that easily.
No, forget about
No,
this.
it would have been beautiful. Really tiny. The machine's keyboard is the speaker comes to life.
Good evening. Votre accident. Good. Please repeat the password.
Alright, afterlife death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished.
Sleep well.
The machine's keyboard is the printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Let's read it then.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in.
Okay.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics?
Oh my god,
This
please
could prove
stop.
to be interesting. 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Read the 4th.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right. She must be talking about her former colleagues from Fortress Accident. They all sound like radio game people.
Yeah.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m. 25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Interesting.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song, over and over again.
Oh,
Fortunately,
no.
the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Oh boy.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Hello there.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots. I'm here on the side case, presenting certain music venue organizers. I'm with the RCM, you see?
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here.
barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
What is it?
The woman is still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. Hey, are you the lead programmer of Real Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Sorry, but who are you or what are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turns back to the terminal.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
No?
But you know he's around?
Yes.
He's seen you.
And?
And the Crab Man has seen you.
I don't care. I don't care about craftsmen.
She barely looks up now, tinkering with the machine's printer.
Wow, she really doesn't. Not afraid, this one.
Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
RIM Prefect, that's your radio computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
She has stopped working now. I know a little.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
That's kind of bullshit. But what's on air?
On the front, the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region. It's all around us. That's what on air means.
Like love.
And the AR1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
Right, what are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
Thanks.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
What about those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay?
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Right, I'll try not to judge anything. Next question.
Great.
What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
She says, ready to stand her ground. What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said.
A hole in the world, what does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, It has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for you to answer.
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
Ah, come on. Hold on a moment. Does it mean we're now living in a world that has holes in it?
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at a circle of basins. Basins? It looks like some ancient ritual. You said that the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Uh-huh. Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow, and the higher you go, the less you record.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning. Her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
That's all I wanted to know. I don't... Actually, I'm gonna ask anyway. Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Right, that's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world. For now.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about hypnotic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Uh-huh. Have you even listened to it? Like, actually listened?
Yeah. Like, all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they?
She pulls a face that looks absolutely scathing.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club for hypnotic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for hypnotic dance music. They said it's their dream.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Right.
The mother of human.
Anyway. Nope. It came from the stained glass window. Still has letters on it too. Oh. Okay. Let's talk to those tent freaks again.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church, I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh man! Who is he? What did you think?
Seems okay, to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
He clearly enjoys the physical activity. Guy climbs like a freak.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I dunno, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice friendly hyper time?
Well, you're just going to have to live with the crab man.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when soon as the former late programmer Fortress accident appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She did not like the anodic dance club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until our own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honour Man!
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
She absolutely does not really truly despise it.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out,
Wow.
right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
No, it's not okay. Ugh. I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
I kinda want to try. Hold on. I have something to get more logic, actually. Where's the +2 logic? From a freaking hat?
The young man with
This is hardcore. It's hardcore! Skibbity.
your cop trip.
Huh? I see you're here again.
Hi again. So, how things going?
72%? Hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's
So the Speed
sake.
Freaks want to start a club for dance music. That much checks out. Indeed. So one of them came upon the abandoned church. They want to turn it into a club for dance music, but agents of narcomania have overrun it. You shudder to think of all the narco they must have already plus, and it has to be considered. You can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent.
Goodbye, officer.
That's bullshit. Ah, fucking hiccups. Yeah, it's fine. Just two. Interesting. Intéressant. Let's go talk to her again. Da-da-da-dum.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre, he wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
Hold on, you don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Uh-huh.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
Should I bring it up? Nah, don't bring it up.
She gets back to work.
Ooh, 92%, let's go.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something?
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project and then you wouldn't have to live in the church next to the boom boom anymore, just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
Alright. Bring me the game's offside copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
Oh, okay, I can get that. By your old workspace, do you mean the studio of Fortress Accident and Doomed commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Actually, I've already been inside the Doomed commercial area.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it.
It wasn't. And what exactly is the offset copy?
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss. You just need to get the offside copy from the ice bear.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
I found a note from the ice bear fridge. It said the offside copy had been moved to a safer place.
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It said the offside copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Sulislo. I don't know if that's a pronunciation of that, but yeah.
Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Suliswov Jawiza.
Suliswov
God, he was
Zawiza.
always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep, and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offside copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous.
She crosses her arms defiantly.
And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you?
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
I found the ice cream maker but couldn't get it open. It's completely frozen.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
Mm-hmm. By the way, we put a dead body in that fridge.
Wait, what? Whose dead body?
Don't worry, I'll put it there temporarily. It's all part of an official police investigation.
You put it there? You put a dead body inside the ice bear fridge.
Yeah, that's what I said in the first place.
Okay. Very cool. Thanks for keeping me in the loop.
Yeah, uh-huh. So why can't you go and get the filament yourself?
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
Why does she think you're part of the curse?
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil.
Uh-huh. Don't be too harsh, that's only because of their socio-economic situation.
Yes, but she literally started praying for the higher powers when she first... Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic.
Alright, what is an off-site copy and why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She points to the glowing cube inside the
She's
machine
making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site?
That's a good question.
Oh god, not this again. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
But... no, that is on-site. Because off-site, it's an entire building. It should be. Anyway.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on-site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear?
Yeah, okay. She stares at you with bleeding furious eyes.
This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times.
Alright, I go look for the off-site copy.
Thanks.
Ooh! She thinks for a moment and reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized pry bar.
And here's my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the off-site copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
Hell fucking
yeah.
yeah.
To say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Qualsund.
Let's break some ice.
Hey. Psst.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
What? Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Yes, we should all stop building love.
This conversation isn't really about love. Try to keep up, okay? This is about the communism you've promised.
What do you mean
build.
promised?
Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted. Is
Fuck out of here, no. Don't bother me with your freaking... Anyway. Oh, that's... oh my god, that looks ridiculous. That looks ridiculous. Alright.
of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting. On a single jigsaw of
There we
broken
go.
shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both.
What shattered this mosaic?
Unknown. A motor carriage, a gunshot, someone falling into it, or maybe just hooligans looking for something to break.
Who is this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
The motto, what does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. Ah.
And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gris, le monde de nouveau.
Non. Après le monde, le gris. Après le gris, le monde de nouveau. God damn.
After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death. The mother of humanism towers up.
Alright. Pretty useless. Alright, I should go back or sleep. But actually, can't I fast travel? Or was it another game? I think that was another game. I could fast travel. Not this one. The thing is, I don't remember where I am or what I'm doing.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah, I've already checked this trap. There's still nothing here. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh. The door is closed for today. Time to put the kids to sleep. Right. Now, should I sleep here?
It's getting cold, this late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Time to call it a day.
On the table, you see a bowl of water. An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you. Forever. On Faraday.
Spinning, spinning. Tell me, am I dreaming?
No. You're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash. The bang. The endless learning experience.
Right, spinning in eternity.
On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time. The smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The colors, the voices.
All stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsake.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
The map of a city. That's right, I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For what?
For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
I don't know what to say to that. Forget politics. I'll never sleep if I keep on like this.
Are you sure? You could be closing the door on brilliant and special future for yourself.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure what that will do, really. Yes, I'm sure I am very boring and apolitical and sleepy. I'm kinda sleepy. Um, you know what? Fuck it. Time
I
to get
knew you couldn't
political.
resist. So now you're gonna change the world. But how?
I guess we're making progress, measured steady progress.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
That's not what it says right here.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
I don't care. Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time. Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here.
What do you mean in hand?
An earth-shattering deduction from your psyche. What will those guys come up
What?
with next?
I'm not a cutie ballistic.
Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly, out of control. The center isn't holding. And despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse.
Well, I thought things were going pretty well.
Oh, sure. You've been making progress on your case, interviewing people, solving side tasks. But who's focusing on the big questions?
This really doesn't sound like my job.
Open your eyes. Stop getting distracted by details.
What do you mean stop
It's
getting
time
distracted?
You started focusing on what really matters.
I can only do that. I can only be distracted. What am I supposed to do?
You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité.
La responsabilité, yeah. I thought I was assigning responsibility for the murder.
Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like who killed who. It's about the real issues. The Human Welfare Index, the price of staple goods, the transition to real democracy.
What exactly is la responsabilité?
The most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and portfolios.
I don't get a choice in this. Alright, give it to me, I'll accept responsibility.
Whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority.
Alright, have a good day, I guess. Bye.
Like a committee.
Sounds like too much responsibility for me, I don't want it.
Don't run away from it now, Harry. You know it's the right thing to do.
No way, I've got too much on my plate as it is.
This is a grave abdication of la responsabilité. A note will be appended to your personnel file.
What about my personal file? What the hell? Oh damn. People killed 3. Forgot about that. Alright. Oh, hello. I think we have some things to discuss. So, I shaved.
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps.
What is it? You can tell me, Kim.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think the mutton chops might have been a better idea. They sort of seem to cover up some of the
damage.
Wow.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
Nothing. No, actually.
Yes.
Tell me about the
What do you
case
want
again.
to know?
No, actually,
Good.
no. Right.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me?
I can wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
No, we must run around ceaselessly.
Ceaselessly.
It would be torture to stay put.
I could use a breather before another rainy day begins.
Sure, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easier life in your hands.
Yeah, alright. Thank you. +1 paint threshold, +1 half-light, -1 drama. Yeah, that's a good one, actually. That's a jacket. Esprit de corps, visual calculus. Yeah, no, I'll keep that. Sounds of life in the north. A washboard scrubs filth from fabric. Right. Da, 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 da. Money! Money, money, money! So here's one of the traps. I didn't see it.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place.
Look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks seem like a rebuke. The sound of the city hums in the east. The constant, distant song. Louder on this part of the coast. Nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
The lieutenant takes a note, more out of habit than duty. Let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one.
Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize?
You sound a bit pissed, Kim. What the hell? Alright. Da-da-da-da. Oh, hello.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Okay.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, "Fuck the world."
A snazzy, shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Right. Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
I'm so glad you asked. You know what? I'm so glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Besmetine, or the Besmeti, the Immortals, are West Rivisholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Don't fuck around, I am the law.
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Ah, this sounds like epistemology.
Oh my god.
A field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
I'm not going to entertain you with this any longer.
Sure. Understandable. Fuck, and I appreciate your effort, though.
Do you guys know Cindy's a skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
See, you kids are into modern dance music?
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat.
Uh-huh. A threat? Good, I like those.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking, too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, like, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
I don't really care, actually.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket have peace written on
Well,
it?
first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
Yeah, what?
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
And why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though,
blow it up,
you get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious.
What is he talking about?
Sticking your dick into the void.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
What the fuck?
Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and two badass cops?
Definitely a coincidence.
Your lack of imagination is baffling, but you do make up for it with, yes, questions.
I don't want to do that. Well, talking with you has definitely been something. It has. Let's go.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You found out more about the owner?
Yes. I got the
How does it
mercenary's
go?
name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
Shoot.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-I-R. Exact date of birth, unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February 09.
Neonatal care unit.
He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned
Leaf
farm.
compactor?
He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2. This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol.
What, it was found in a leaf compactor?
It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had. the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
Any information on his foster parents?
None, officer. Sorry.
So all we have to connect him to Cradle is the armor.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
Well, we have his name and service record now.
The name. This is very good. Elise Cortenard.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions?
Nope.
57.
In the cabin, you see.
Nope and nope. Let me see. What should I invest in? Suggestion, perception. Perception might be good actually. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, officer, got a minute? I got a minute, I guess.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
Sorry, man, I can't disclose the facts of an official investigation to you.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
The last thing we need is more civilians involved.
Yeah, maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
What's the plan with those rhymes anyway?
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
The correct grammar is Tommy Lahom.
Why Tommy Lahom?
Tommy Lahm was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
It's more him.
Oh, then another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Ooh, let's try it anyway.
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold.
Familiar how?
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon.
Excuse me?
He emerges from the reverie.
A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve.
Really, you can tell me.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home. Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much, on another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
What's it like to miss someone?
What's it like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
Right, no, I feel haunted.
Haunted? By what?
By a shadowy figure known only to me as the ex-something.
An ex-wife?
Oh my god.
The pain burns in your chest, radiating. The crown of arteries on fire.
Ex-wife? No, it's a sinister presence that hunts me across all planes of existence.
Sinister presence? Wow, that sounds really bad. I hope that doesn't happen to my marriage.
Don't worry, I'm certain nothing bad is ever going to happen to your marriage.
Yeah. In marriage, you never know if you're doing the right thing. I hope we're doing our best to keep ours together, but anything can happen. Look, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone. I know it wasn't easy to ask, so I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Alright. Hunted across planes of existence. Oh my god, no. Alright, I'm gonna give the stuffed bird to the whirling rag guy.
Can I help you?
God, I found a new bird for the whirling.
What is this thing?
The man takes the stuffed bird. I wanted to apologize for breaking the great skewer by bringing you this ruffed grouse.
Okay, well, this is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Okay.
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
Okay. What's my bill for tonight?
Got the 20 real? Then why are you wasting my time? Another thing. Great. I love those.
Classier in room 3. She nicked the phone line.
Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
You have Lena. Lena is a good customer.
Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she?
What? Someone mentioned my name.
We were just paying you a compliment. And finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything is okay here.
He yells, then turns to you.
Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else? Yes?
I think that's all there is really. Right. I think I'm gonna end it here for today, actually. Boop. I'm starting to notice every time I try to save on this one, but it doesn't actually save. Like this. Okay, I'm just gonna save on this. Anyway. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I should continue this next week. If I don't, the next one will be in January, because after that I will be on holidays. So don't expect anything. So yeah. Whatever it is, I'll see you there. So have a good day, have a good night, and bye.